All right, traders, so someone asked a great question. How do you change the time zone on MetaTrader 5? Well, the truth is, you can't. The MT5 time zone is preset by your broker, and there's no option to manually change it. But don't stress. Today I'm going to show you a simple way to match MT5 time with your local time, so you can easily track key moments like the 1 p.m. mark for your strategy. No more confusion, just clean, accurate timing. Let's get into it. All right, so now let's take a look at this setup. The broker I'm currently using is XM Global, and I've pulled up the gold chart on the 5-minute time frame. Now, if you look down here at the bottom of the screen, you'll see my local time is 12:56 p.m. But for our strategy, we're specifically interested in catching 1 p.m. exactly. That's our key time to start analyzing and drawing in our vertical lines. Now, just to be clear, this time is based on South African Standard Time, which runs on UTC+2. If you're in another country or using a different time zone, you need to align your local time with UTC+2. That way, your timing matches up with ours, and you can follow the strategy accurately. Remember, MetaTrader 5 uses a preset server time. You can't actually change the time zone on the platform itself. All right, now here's the trick to this whole time zone situation. Go ahead and switch to the 1-hour time frame on your MT5 platform. Now take a look. This candle we're focused on here is the 12 p.m. candle. Pretty straightforward. So, we grab our vertical line and place it right at this candle. Now here's where it gets interesting. Look down at the MT5 time display. What do you see? It says 13:57 p.m., right? But when we check our actual local time, it's 12:57 p.m. So what does this mean? Well, this tells us that MT5 server time is exactly 1 hour ahead of South African Standard Time, UTC+2. And this applies specifically for the broker I'm using here, which is XM Global. Yours might be different, so it's important to check this manually on your side. Now let's go back and adjust that vertical line accordingly. Since our local time is 12:58 p.m., and we're just 2 minutes away from the magic hour, we hold off and wait. And boom, 1 p.m. hits locally, and guess what? The 2 p.m. candle has just opened on MT5. This is your confirmation. When it's 1 p.m. locally, MT5 shows 2 p.m. So going forward, every time we're looking for that 1 p.m. setup, we'll be placing our vertical line at 2 p.m. on MT5. That's how you make sure your analysis is in sync. No confusion, no second guessing. And here's a little bonus tip. If you're using a different broker and not sure what their time zone offset is, just repeat this process. Use the 1-hour time frame, match it with your real-world clock, and the offset will reveal itself. Easy as that. Now that we've got that time zone puzzle solved, we're ready to move on. Let's switch back to the 5-minute time frame and start observing the price action properly, knowing that our 1 p.m. reference point is locked Indiana. From here, we're good to go. Let's break down what happens after that 1 p.m. mark and see how price plays out. So as always, this right here, this is our focus point. We all know the rules of the classic 7-14 method by now, right? If price is bearish after 1 p.m., what does that mean? Exactly, we're looking for buying opportunities. And this zone right here down below, this would be our safest area to start buying from. It's where price is likely to react and give us the move we're expecting. Now on the flip side, if we observe price from 1 p.m. and we see a bullish structure, what do? That's right, we start looking for selling opportunities instead. And this level up here, that becomes our ideal zone to start placing sell positions. Always from the safest areas, no guessing. So at this point, our analysis is solid. We've marked our levels, we understand the bias. Now the only thing left to do is just wait. Let price come to us. We don't chase, we don't force trades. We let the market show its hand. Then we strike and take advantage of the movement. Patience and precision. That's the 714 way. All right, so a few moments later, we're back again looking at the chart. Now, when we observe price from 1 p.m., what do we see? Price appears to be bearish, right? And you know what that means? We're now on the lookout for buying opportunities from this point on. But here's the thing. If we take a closer look, price hasn't quite tapped into our support zone down here. And that's the area we really want to focus on. That's our safe zone, our ideal entry point for potential buys. So what do we do now? Simple. We sit back and keep watching the chart. No need to rush it. We wait for price to come to us, not the other way around. Patience is key. The market always gives those who wait. We're back again, traders, and look at that. Just as predicted, price pushed down and tapped beautifully into our support zone. However, as you can see, I'm a bit late to the party here. And entering a buy at this point? Yeah, not the best idea. Remember, this is a scalping strategy, and catching the move early is key. Entering late like this becomes a risky play, to be honest. So traders, the main goal of this video was to show you how to correctly mark your 1 p.m. vertical line on your MT5, and I believe I've demonstrated that as clearly as possible. Now you know how to align your local time with your broker's platform and avoid confusion. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you've got any questions. A few moments later, price reversed back into our support zone, and I decided to take a risk and enter a buy trade with a tight stop loss on my Exness account. And yes, it's a real account, of course. Now, my bias hasn't changed. I'm still expecting price to push to the upside, but as we all know, the market doesn't always care about our expectations. So the key is always to stay sharp and prepared for anything. As price started moving nicely to the upside, I decided to add another position, just trying to capitalize on the momentum. But later, as I kept watching how price was reacting, I noticed a pattern forming, and honestly, I didn't like it. It looked more like a continuation pattern, which could signal a potential reversal or another leg down. So to protect my capital, I closed one of the positions and tightened my stop loss on the remaining one, just to avoid taking any unnecessary hits. And that right there is part of the game, traders adapting. It's not always about being right. It's about being disciplined and protecting your account. So just to recap, in this video we broke down how to properly sync your MT5 time with your local time zone, how to mark the 1 p.m. vertical line with precision, and how to apply the 7-1-4 method even in real-time scenarios. If you found this valuable, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment below if you've got questions, feedback, or even your own trade setups. I'd love to see what you're working on. And remember, whether the market moves in your favor or not, the goal is always the same. Preserve your capital, stay consistent, and keep learning. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay disciplined, and as always, happy trading, fam.